Hey, you guys need to add me to chat. It says your host needs to add you to chat.
Let's see if I can chat. Okay.
Thank you.
Good deal.
All right, here we go.
Perfect. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our new partner training. I'm so excited about this because when I first started, and I'm sure when Jan and Greg first, I started almost 9 years ago now, and they didn't have anything like this when I started. I had no idea. It took me about a year to even learn what how the commission plan worked. I mean, it was just like you got thrown in and here we go, and then we're going. So I am really, really excited to be able to bring to all of you the information that you need in order to help you be successful in the quickest way possible at your pace. And that's one thing that's really unique about Zingular is we will go at your pace. You know, there's no quotas, there's no goals, there's no anything that you have to do. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. You can make enough to pay for your products, or you can make 50 grand a month. Whatever it is that you want to achieve with this, we're here to help you do that. And there is no better company in this industry than Zingular. Zingular's been around for 13 years. They were debt-free by their third month, and they pay daily. That's one of the reasons why they can pay you daily. So you sell something on a Monday, you're going to have that money in your bank account on Thursday. So it's by the third business day, they have paid. In the 9 years that I've been here, and I know people who have been here right from the beginning, they have never once missed a commission check. And that is something that I truly believe, knowing the people at the helm of this, that they will never miss a commission check for you. So you can be very secure in the fact that you're with the right company. The CEO that we have is also the founder. He has been involved in network marketing for 53 years. He actually started as a partner in a business selling, and he had several businesses that he was a part of. And when they started to think about developing Zingular, they took all of the things they didn't like. Him and he's got 2 other partners, and actually 3 other partners now, and they've all been involved in network marketing. So they took everything they didn't like from these other companies, the things that didn't work, the things that didn't edify and recognize their distributors, and they took all of the good things and put them in this, which is why we have a straight line commission structure. A lot of network marketing companies have a binary, which means you've got to build legs and build teams and figure out who's getting your commission in order to stay balanced. And that just doesn't work. It's too difficult. It's too complicated. They came up with a simple compensation plan that gives you a straight line. They want you to build wide. And then even though there's no limits to how wide you can build, you can still build down and get paid on 8 levels down. But your bonuses and your pay is not based upon how many people you sign up.
You say hi. What
So
smells so good right
I
now?
don't know if you can mute, Jan.
Yeah.
I think Colleen needs. Can we mute out somebody? Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people you have or how few people that you have. When you sell something, you're going to make the exact same thing if I had done it. So that's something that's so awesome to me, is because you don't have to wait years in order to move up the pay scale. I mean, you automatically come in, you get what you get, the same thing that I get. So I love that about Zingular. And also, we don't incentivize people to be partners. I mean, we don't want somebody to come in as a partner unless you're ready to do this business. So you're not going to get discounts on your products because you're a partner. And a lot of companies do that. That's why so many companies can say they have all these partners, but nobody's doing anything, because most of the people came in just to get a discount on their partners. We give you discounts whether you're a partner or whether you're a customer. So you're going to get the wholesale amount no matter what you come in as. So we want our partners to come in because they want to build a business, not because they want something discounted. And then when you start building that business, again, you get paid the very first, as soon as you sign somebody up in 3 days, Plus, another thing that's so unique about Zingular is we have what's called residual income. So that means you do something one time, and every single time that person orders, you get paid. As long as you're in good standing with your partner status, you're going to get paid. I still get paid. The very first person that ordered from me, her name is Susan Tuggle. She ordered from me in May of 2015. She has ordered every month since May of 2015. I can't even tell you how much money they have paid me because she just orders her stuff. She decided she didn't want to be a partner. She just wants to be a good customer. And they pay me every single month that she orders. And I only talked to her the one time. Like, I only set up her account the one time, and I only, basically gave her the information one time. She decides to go in every single month. She sets up on that subscription, and they pay me. I mean, that is true wealth. When you can go to sleep and get paid for doing nothing, that's where true wealth comes from. And that's what makes me so excited about what we have here and what we're able to offer you. Again, the company has won awards every single year since I've been here for something. We've won 4 product awards, which we're really excited about. And I have no doubt that this year will not be any different. And we've got some fantastic new products, as I'm sure y'all have seen, especially one in particular. And have no doubt that that's going to be at the top of everybody's list. So make no mistake about it, you are in the right place. This company is absolutely amazing. The compensation plan is unmatched, and we're going to tell you exactly what's available to you and how you can get it. And I'm going to turn it over to Jan and Greg.
So I'll just start with by saying this: the action steps or the steps that you'll hear today are just the simple foundation action steps that Melissa and Jan and I took. And it's the action steps, simple steps that are consistently completed every day is what will lead you to the success that you'll get. And Jan will talk a little bit more about that. But so application and action, because 5.5 years ago, these are some of the simple steps that we followed, that we were told. And it's all about action. It's great to have knowledge, but to be overeducated and not act is the biggest stymie part of what you'll run into. So just keep that in mind as we go.
Okay, so we're going to talk, focus today on being a quick start bonus 1, quick start bonus 2, manager, and extreme builder, and then the IPA checklist and why those are important. So first of all, to be, like Melissa said, in good standing, you need to do 120 PV of your own. That opens your doors, turns on your lights. It's something you do every single month. We always suggest to people put that on your subscription so that you automatically have your 120. Don't have to think about it. You can, of course, go in there and change it. But number 1, it opens your doors, turns on your lights of your business, but it also gives you some points for Founders Club. So that's the very first thing. So the first goal you're going after, and we talk about goals all the time. If you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get there? So if you get in a car and just start driving and don't have a destination or a goal in mind, you're never going to get there. You're going to drive around in circles, and maybe you'll get lucky and land there. But if you don't have a goal, so that's what we talk about all the time. So our first goal is to get to QSB1. And to hit QSB1, you have to have at least 4 people and 500 PV. Now, if you have 4 people that order a bottle of our newest product, you aren't going to hit your 500. And so you'd need to find more people. But you have those 2 things, 4 people, 500 PV. So QSB1, you get that extra bonus plus all those commissions. QSB2 is the next goal that we're going after. And QSB2 is 1,000 points. And it doesn't matter how many people you have to do that. If you have your 4 that got 500 points and you have 1 more that orders 500 on their own, you hit QSB2 and get that extra 1,000 or extra $100. It's 1,000 PV, right? So the next step is manager. Now you're already halfway there with QSB2, halfway to manager. Manager is 2,000 PV, and it's your PV, your customer's PV, all of it counts towards your manager, your volume. For your QSB 1 and 2, that is new volume, or what we call inception volume. Inception volume is not your own. It includes just your new people that you bring in, okay? But hitting manager, you can include your own volume as well. Okay. All right, so then Extreme Builder, and I'm just going to touch on this just a little bit, but the Extreme Builder, because we're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth, but if you, you can go after $9,000 in extra cash. If you do this within 45 days, there's some guidelines for that. And I know some of you are just getting started, so you would qualify for that, going after that extra $9,000 in cash. And so, we have had extreme builders on our team, and you know, it's bringing in a lot of people, it's bringing in a lot of business, and going after that in just a short 45 days.
To get more information about that Extreme Builder bonus, you're going to want to talk to the person that you are associated with, be it Melissa or Jan and I, because we can walk you through those steps in depth.
Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about is the IPA checklist. And Melissa, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Okay, do you want to put that on the screen? Can you
Yeah,
can you share it on your screen?
Yeah, let me try.
She's going to switch over to the other computer, Melissa, so go
Okay,
ahead and go in and we'll put it up.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so IPA means income producing activity. So that is actually doing activities that are going to build your business. So we've got very simple things, but we want you to do them on a consistent basis. When you do these activities on a consistent basis, that's when the magic happens, you know, when you start seeing it. And it's usually on a 90-day rotation, kind of, because it usually takes people 7 to 12 times to hear or see something before they order. You're going to have a percentage of people, like the people that you're close to, that you know, would help you with a spare tire, you know, come and change your tire in the middle of the night. Those people are going to be the ones that, you know, they don't want you to get skinny without them, and they're going to be your ride or die people, and they're probably going to come on pretty quick. But most people, it takes them a minute. You know, think about you. How long did it take you to say yes? I mean, did somebody say, hey, this is what we have, this is what you need, and you signed up just right then? Or did it take them a second? Did you have to think about it? Did you look, and did you watch results? And did you, I've had people that, you know, watched me for 5 years, and I promise you, they told me, I said, why did it take you so long? Because I was waiting to see if you failed. I'm like, well, thanks for the vote of confidence, but I promise you, I've had people do that. And so it's just like, with this, it's not like you're selling a mascara that everybody can use. There's a human element to it. So following up with people who ask you for information is so important, because they need what you have, but there's something within them that they're not quite sure that they're going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? Because you can sell them the supplements, but they have to take them. They've got to follow the plan. They've got to do there's a human element to it. So pressure sales is something we just don't do, because if you force somebody to get something and they're not ready up here and not ready to change, it's not going to work. And I promise you, they're not going to blame themselves. They're going to say, oh, it was the products that didn't work. So we have got some simple, and you can, I don't know if on your screen, if you can use your fingers to make it bigger, but I can on mine. So this is your IPA checklist, your income producing checklist, things that you want to do every single day in order to build your business. And when you first get started, you could probably do this whole sheet in about 20 minutes. If you want to go faster, do it again. If you want to go even faster, do it one more time. You see, so there's not any special magic to make it to where there's like this whole list of things that you need to do. It's simple things. So the most important things is increasing your audience, adding to the results group, making posts, and texting your circle. That's the 4 things. If you can nail down those 4 things, then things are going to go great. And can y'all see me? Okay, go ahead. I see a hand up, but I'm looking at a screen. So go ahead, Trish. I think she's going to have to unmute. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know how to unmute you. There you go.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Can you repeat those? I have the IPA book, but you said increase
The
your
basic
audience. Can you just,
are increasing your audience, adding to your results group, your testimony group, texting your circle, and posting on Facebook
okay,
or
thank you.
social media, or and then I when I started, I added another element to that, and that was in-person meetings. I did, I loved doing those, and I loved doing small meetings in people's living rooms because they were able to see and taste and smell the products, and it was just another added element than trying to sell something to somebody over the phone. It was actually them being able to see things and taste things and do things and smell them and all the things. So that was something that I added in that helped me to grow a little bit faster. But so let's talk about there's a side on your IPA checklist, and I know I've got mine somewhere. Let me go back to this.
So when I'm going to just add this really quick, you guys. So we will drop this in. I know some of you have the book. You can order the book, so we'll give you that link too. But if you don't, we'll drop this into the chat with you so that you can print this off and use this if you want.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So as far as increasing your audience, you are allowed to have 5,000 Facebook friends. Instagram, there's no limit to the number of people that can follow you. Same thing with Facebook. If you change it to, I don't know how I did it, so that's something that comes later. But you can get followers on Facebook too, which is probably the ultimate goal. But right now, when I started, I don't even think I had 350 friends. I mean, I had my little people, and I did not have a big network of people. So that was one of the things that I was told is increase your audience. So the way that I did that was I went into other people's Facebook pages that I knew. I went to their friends list, went to suggestions, and anybody I had more than 20 mutual friends, I would add them to my list. And that's how I started. That's how I started building because if you've got 20 mutual friends with somebody, chances are they're probably in your circle and you probably know them somehow. So I remember going through and saying, how am I not friends with them? I mean, it's my cousin, or, people that you think you're friends with, but you're really not. So increase your friends list by that to make sure, because this is crazy. Are y'all ready for this? So if you've got 500 friends, there's probably 5 people seeing your messages. 5. That's it. It's insane. If you've got 100 friends, there's probably only 10 people that see what you're posting regularly. So you've got to, even though I don't even know, I think I've got like 7,000 friends on Facebook or followers, but that only means it's like the same 700 people are seeing it all the time. So I've got to continually change it up. So that's one of the things. You want to get as many people on your viewing that's seeing your stuff as possible. So that means you've got to keep increasing that list. The second thing, is there any questions on that? Okay.
I'm going to add one thing really quick if I can, Melissa, and that is when you guys are making friends, one of the biggest things to up your algorithm on there is to go in and comment on their page. So you friended them, go in and comment on their page or on their stories. The more that you do that, the more likely they are to see and to come into your feeds.
Yes, that's very, very good. The next thing is adding to your results group. Our results group is X Team Adventure. Jan's is this is
my journey.
This is my journey. So either one of those, you're all going to be on one of the two of those. The first time you add anybody to that page, and this is something that you can tell your new partners as they come along, you got one shot to add everybody on your friends list. One shot. After that, Facebook restricts that number. So if you go in the first time and add one person, you're never able to add your entire friends list again because they will shut you down. So after you do your initial ad, you can go in and add 25 to 50 people a day, and that's it. So when you've got that one shot, when you're going in for the first time to add people to that results group, you want to cover the names because we don't want to judge anybody. Because if I was horrible at that. I was like, oh, she doesn't need to lose weight. Oh, she doesn't need the money. Oh, she doesn't need this. And I I made a decision for them without letting them make a decision for themselves. And it was just my own insecurities. It was all me, all in here, because basically I didn't want them to think that I thought they were fat, or I didn't want them to think that I thought they needed money. It was all me. It had nothing to do with them, because you would be shocked at the people that you don't think need this. They're the first ones to sign up. So when you go in, get people in that results group, because that does one of two things. That's going to help you to advertise for free, but it's also going to allow your people to see other testimonies, because they may not relate to you. You know, they may be 90 pounds and have gut issues, you know, when you're not, or they may weigh 200 pounds and need to lose, 75 pounds when you do not. So get them into that results group so they can see all the testimonies, because I promise you, somebody in there they're going to relate to, and they're going to comment. So when they comment in this results group, it always goes back to the person who added them. So for example, I add my people, when they ask for information on anybody's post, it goes back to me because I added them. But wait, there's even more. This is where it gets good. When you sign up a customer, if you can tell your customer, look, there's so many people who need this. Let's go in and put your people into this results group and just see if they need it. And so when that happens, if they don't want to be a partner, guess who gets those leads if they ask for information? You do, because you added the person who added the person. So it always goes back to you. So you want to get as many people, putting people into that results group as possible, because that is nothing but free advertising. And then, so that's the results group. And then posting, hang on a second, Jan, I'm going to turn it back over to you for just a second. Posting on Facebook.
Okay, so when you're posting on Facebook, there's a couple of things that you want to keep in mind. First of all, we're going to go to algorithms again. You don't want to just put a post up and not have anybody see it. So you want to be going in and commenting on 10 to 20 different people's posts before you put your post up, so that it bumps your algorithm so that they're looking, or they see it when it gets put in there. Same thing on when you're going into your results or your leads page, that you're going in there and commenting and liking, and don't just like a post, go in and comment. And kind of one of the tricks is 3 to 5 words. So you don't want to just say, oh, great, or whatever. You want to give a sentence or two, so that, again, that helps them feed back to your feed, and to be connected to you. So when you're posting, think about that. The other thing with posting is post about your family, your activities that you do, like we do cooking, we do our dogs, we do our grandkids, and then we sprinkle in our business. But if you went to our Facebook page, you would know that we have a business, and you would know that our business is open. If I have to scroll through someone's page to find it, I'll tell you, most people will scroll back 2 or 3 posts, and that's it. So if you have to scroll back a ton to find that you guys even have a business open, you're probably not likely to have your people see it. The other thing is, people will, you assume that everybody sees your stories and sees your posts. And like Melissa said earlier, there's only a certain percentage that are seeing it. And so you want to up those chances, but you also want to, on your stories, that's a great place where you post every single day about your business. And if you are getting sick of posting it, that's when people are going to start to see it. And I can tell you that I had 3 people this week that signed up because they've been watching us. I've never said anything to them about the business. I talked to them, just how are you doing, commenting on their page. Hadn't gotten to the part where I was going to share yet. And they reached out and said, hey, tell me about your products, and signed up, right? So they're watching, and because I went in and commented. So it's really important that when you're doing that you're posting and commenting so that people actually see your stuff. And then, if you don't know what to post, and if you're, we love to share. And so there's lots of people that have great posts, and you can go and copy those posts and use those posts. Just make sure that you're changing the verbiage so it sounds like you. So it doesn't sound like a copied and pasted post, that it sounds like it's coming from you. And it can be just simple things that you change in there to make it, sound like you. For example, somebody put up my post one day that had my phone number on it, right? So if any of their people saw that post, it actually texted to that number, it was going to come to me. So you want to make sure that you're mindful of that. And then, there's so many good things out there that you can use, and people will follow you for certain reasons, right? They'll follow you because, they follow us because Greg cooks and they like to come in and see what he's cooking. So you'll get that following, and then you can use that to your advantage. Okay, Melissa, you ready?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you too, people want to see you. They want to get to know you. They want to learn who you are. And that's what's going to help you build relationships with people. And when you're on social media, and I'm going to tell you, the scariest thing that I ever did in my life was press the go live button and go live on Facebook. It was horrifying, like horrifying. And I know that people don't believe this now, but I used to have a horrible fear of public speaking or speaking. I couldn't even have done this. I mean, it was like debilitating. And so I had to learn to overcome that. But I had not learned how to overcome that before I pushed live on that Facebook. And that was so scary, but it makes you a real person. And I'll tell you how that makes you, like, how effective it is. When my daughter and this was in 2017, when she went into the hospital to have her first baby, I had been going live for about a year, and I was like talking about how excited I was and all this stuff. And you don't know who sees you, you're just on Facebook Live. And so when she went in the hospital with her first baby, I came out from her room to go to the family room to get my sister to go in. So we were headed back into the room, and I hear across the hall, Melissa. And I turn around and she says, "Is Taylor having her baby?" And I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, my daughter is too. We're going to be grandmas the same day." And we hug, and we're just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you." And she walks away. I walk away. My sister says, "Who was that?" I have no idea. I still to this day don't have a clue who that woman was. I don't know, but she knew me because I'm in her kitchen with her. I'm in her car with her. I'm in her living room with her. She's watching me on Facebook Live, and I become a real person to her. I have countless times when I've been out in public and people come up and say, "Hey," to me, and I don't have a clue who they are. And I've got my husband trained to say, he'll say, "Hey, I'm Kevin." So they'll introduce themselves because I don't know their names, and I don't want them to feel bad, but it happens all the time because I go live and I share my life with people. I mean, my life is not that exciting, I promise, but we built a house. So the whole time we were building a house, I was sharing that. And then so they're watching that, but then they're seeing all this singular stuff ripped in the middle of all of it. So they're following me for one reason, and then they're seeing my business. And I have had so many people join me because they want to travel like I do, or they want to be debt-free like I do, or they want to spend time with their grandbabies like I can, or they want to, oh my goodness, they want to pay off debt. They want to pay for their daughter's wedding like I did. I mean, so when you share things and you become a real person to people, they don't think that it's out of their reach, because if I can do it, they can do it. And they see how chaotic my life is and how imperfect I am because I let them. I don't want to be some fake person that is not real. I mean, look, I get on just like this with no makeup and with baby. And I'm just a real person. And that's what you need, because when you get out from behind a keyboard and you become a real person to these people, they will trust you and they will buy from you. So posting on social media, you want to do it on a regular basis. And I have like a list of things too, like when I post things that serve or sell is like recipes, inspirational posts, hacks, something educational, product features, before and becomings, but your personal post about you. And this is what I tell people: don't get on Facebook and try to sell something to somebody, because people do not want to be sold to. They will scroll right by, but they are nosy about what you're doing. So if you talk about yourself and talk about your own journey without selling, they'll stop. That'll stop the scroll, because it's all about you and it's not about them. Because people don't want to be told you need this or you need this. They want to, but they're nosy about what you're doing and how you're losing the weight and how you're making the money and how you're traveling. They want to know about you. They don't want to know what they need. So it's like a kind of reverse way of getting the message out there and making them stop the scroll, for sure. Jan, got anything to add?
No, I don't really.
Dang, that was good then.
Okay, that was very good. No, so really the biggest thing is just that you do it. You know, I know Greg talked about this, the action. We can talk about all this stuff and you can have this list in front of you, but if you don't do it, nothing's going to happen. And, you know, I'll have people say, you know, I have been spending so much time, you know, working this, but really, you know, think about it. Are you actually doing it or are you thinking about it? And that's the thing that we're trying to lay out here for you is that you have goals. It's to go after QSB1, QSB2, manager, hit extreme builder if you're going after that, but to look at this checklist as a guideline for what can I do today? How can I move forward today? What are the steps? And like Greg said earlier, these are the steps we all took to get to executive. These are the steps that we still take every single day as we're moving our business forward. And so, you know, and I will tell you this, some people will say the results pages don't work. They don't work if you don't put anything in there. For sure, they're not going to work. And I can tell you, we continue to post every day in our results page. We comment in our results page and we get tags in our results page because we are working it every day. Now, do we get the same amount we did before? No, but we're still getting it, still an avenue for you to get leads. And especially if you're brand new, your people haven't been in there before. So getting them in there the first time, like Melissa said, get all of them in there and start commenting and they'll start seeing it.
Yeah. And this is a copycat business.
Right.
So make sure if you're not following Jan and Greg, go on their Facebook page and follow them. If you're not following me, I'm under Melissa Womack Adams. Follow me because anything we post, copy it and post it. It's available. I mean, we don't care. You can take anything of mine you want and change it to yours. You know, any of my posts that I make with my pictures, use the same post, but just put a picture of you. It's okay to do that. I mean, I promise you, I'm not going to get mad. I want you to succeed. So anything I have, you can have. Yeah, I mean, what's mine is yours. So that's something that I've always done. I've always taken stuff from other people. That's how I learned, you know. So I do get some good content now. I use Chat GPT a lot to get good content. I still copycat stuff. So, but just find somebody you like following and that, you know, that you like their content. But nobody cares. I promise you, every leader in this company will be glad to give you any of their content. So don't think you have to know something or come up with something or, you know, be this very creative person, because Lord knows if I had to do that, I would not have lasted a week. I've always stolen, and it's not stealing, but that's what I call it. I've always stolen from other people to help me build my business and especially the people that are at the place that I want to be. I always take their stuff and I still do that. Because if that's being successful for them, then I want it. I want to try it, you know, and I post a lot. So I always give people, I always have stuff for people to see. And just like Jan, I've got 4 things. If you go to my Facebook page, you're going to know that I love Singular. You're going to know that I have a house on a farm. You're going to know I love my grandbabies, and you're going to know I love Jesus. I mean, that's the things that's on my Facebook when you go and look, and that's what you need to have your things. Yes, Trisha's raising her hand. Y'all can just unmute if you got questions, because if you've got them, somebody else has them, I'm sure.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I just, as you're saying that, I went to your Facebook page. I want to make sure this is the right one. You're friends with Janet Fournier. Do you know who that is? Okay, she's one of my realtors. So it's when I popped it up. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, because I pushed the button. Anyway, it has is it a picture of you and then a picture of an actor?
No.
Wrong page then.
Mine has a picture of me and it says I am Singular at the bottom.
Okay.
Wrong, Melissa.
Okay, so tell me your name again.
Melissa Womack Adams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I apologize for the interruption. I was
No,
just excited that we have all the same friends all of a sudden. Okay.
No, sorry.
Well, we do now. We do now. Okay.
Yeah, we're friends now. We do have mutual. So Okay, so let's go to the next thing. So I said there was 4 things. So we've gone through adding to your audience. We've gone through adding to the results page. We've gone through posting and going live, even if it's scary. Nothing is wrong. Nothing has to be perfect. Your stories don't have to be perfect. Your lives don't have to be perfect. You don't want them to be. And then the last thing is texting your circle. And what I want you to think about is 10 people that you could call and just say, you've got their number in your phone. You could call and say, hey girl. And what I want you to say is, I have found something. I don't want to do this without you. I don't want to get skinny without you. I don't want to travel without you. I don't want to build this business without you. They told me, and this is what I did. They told me to find my number 1 person that I wanted to do this with, and I chose you. And you tell that to all 10. And you either call them or you text them and you say, you got 10 minutes. Can I just get you on the phone with the girl that helped me and let her tell you about it? That's it. That's all you do. And then you set up a call. If you're on Jan's team, you set up a call with Jan. If you're on my team, you set up a call with me. And then you get those 10 people on the phone with us. And I want to tell you, that's how you're going to get to your QSB 1 and 2, just like that. So Jan, you got anything to add to that?
The only thing I would add to that is that make sure that you don't go out on your own for the first time. Just include your mentor with you, because we have ways to, so for example, if you're in a chat with me, I've been doing this long enough, I have a way, I may not jump in and say anything in that chat, but I can come to the side and tell you something. So when you start your chats with these 10 people, you want to make sure that your person is in with you. So yeah, so that would be the only tip that I would add about that.
Okay, and this is and that reminded me of this. So every single post that you make, if anybody comments anything underneath it, all you're going to say is, I will send you info. You're not going to put any info on social media. You're not going to put anything underneath their comments. You want to set up individual chats with each person. It's going to have 3 people. It's going to have you. It's going to have the person asking for info, and it's going to have your sponsor. All 3 of you will be in each chat. That's it. You're not going to put 10 people in one chat, because we're going to ask them their goals. We're going to find out personal information about them. We're going to customize something specifically for them, and we're going to help them with whatever they need to get to their specific goal. And you're going to learn as you watch this happen. So the goal is always to get people on the phone, because you can't hear excitement through a text message. You can hear excitement when you're on the phone with somebody. You can hear the conviction in their voice when you're on the phone with somebody. So that's what my recommendation is. Get them in a chat with you, that person, and your coach. You introduce your coach and just basically say, hey, this is hey Colleen, this is my friend Jan. She helped me, and she can answer your questions. Jan, this is my friend Betty. She's interested in losing weight. Can you help her? That's it. And then you mute out. And if Jan asks you a question, or if I ask a question, then you come back in. But there's a flow. So if you go off the grid and start putting in your 2 cents, it's going to get that off. So our goal is to get them the information, find out what they need, find out what their goals are, find out what their struggles are, make a recommendation, then get them on the phone to close everything. And you'll see, you'll be a part. We won't do anything without you, believe me. We want you to learn, and that's how we teach by application training. And it's the best way to learn. So is there any questions about that? Does everybody know how to set up a messenger chat? I've got a video if you don't. You'd be surprised at how many people don't. So other than that, Jan, anything?
I don't think so. I think that's kind of covered all the things that we talked about that we're going to cover today. And so if you guys don't have any questions, if you have questions after we're off of this, just make sure that you reach out to us, and we'll make sure that when we do our second distributor training, that we'll incorporate those as part of the training. Because again, like Melissa said earlier, if you have the question, somebody else has that same question.
Yep.
Hey, Jan, I put a question out there
Okay,
about the page that Melissa was talking about, the result page.
yeah, so this is my journey. I will make sure that you have that link.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah. And then for my people, it's X Team Adventure. And yes. I didn't even know.
With this, if there's no other questions, go in your back office, look for the income statement, look at the kind of money that would be important for you, look at the 4 steps that the ladies talked about, and start doing them consistently on a everyday basis, 5, 6 days a week, whatever it is, whatever consistency means for you. But Melissa did this, went executive. Jan and I did this. We went executive. We don't do anything extra outside of these IPAs and start chats.
Okay, can you stop recording too? Because I want to give them something else too, but not the recording, because we're going to share this recording with other new people.
And you'll be able to see the recording.
Yeah.